Hey guys, what's up, Cultural Detective here, investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to be doing a quick album review on the new Julia Holter album, Something in the Room She Moves. So, Julia Holter is an American singer, songwriter, and art pop musical artist. My hair is a mess, and back in 2015, she released the album Have You in My Wilderness, which is a beautiful album where she explores a lot of Baroque pop, a lot of amazing balladry. And then in 2018, she released the album Aviary, which I reviewed not too shortly after it got released. And it is a very interesting album. It is less Baroque pop, less ballads, less acoustic, more experimental, more art pop, and it is certainly a very, very interesting change of pace. And even so, Julia Holter retains her sense of gentleness, tenderness in her music with a lot of personality. Now, after Aviary, it's been 6 whole years since Julia Holter has released a new album, and after 6 years of silence, we finally have this Something in the Room She Moves with this very interesting looking album cover. And this is even more so electronic and even more so experimental than Aviary. This is Julia Holter goes for an even more ambient direction on this album. It's incredibly spacey. I also want to mention the mixing on this album is fantastic. It is absolutely crisp. The vocals are very smooth and bouncy, which is as expected from Julia Holter, but then you also get the reverby effects being put on the vocals, which gives it almost a dreamy, disembodying effect. And then on top of that, we have some clangy electronic percussions that just adds so much texture to every single track on the album. So starting off, we have the track Sun Girl, which is one of the lead-up singles to the album. This song sounds like waking up in the morning with 9 hours of sleep. Which is something that I cannot relate to because I'm always eternally sleep deprived, but it is truly a sunny morning vibe of a song with twittering flutes, hand drums, ambient synths, echoey layering vocals. It is a very feel-good vibe. However, not too long after the beginning of the song, it begins to feel kind of redundant. I'm sorry, but I just did not enjoy this track all that much. However, the next few tracks are all pretty great in my opinion. We have These Mornings, which is similar to the previous track and has this spacey brightness that I really like. Alluring saxophones, freeform keyboards that are very jazzy. I feel like I'm sitting in the middle of some hotel lobby or something. The second half of the track turns into straight instrumentals, and it's very entrancing, and it's actually kind of pretty. The title track is a dreamy ballad with subtle keyboards, flute embellishments, a sweet and a nostalgic chorus with nonsensical lyrics. If I really read into these lyrics, I guess it has something to do with the drive to live, the creation of art, beauty, stuff like that. Then we have Materia, and this is a pretty simple track with simple keyboard licks and vocals. It's so skeletal, it almost feels a little one note. Also, I feel like the entire track is improvised. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it at least feels like it to me. Following that, we have Me You, which is a minimalist track with haunting group vocals where a group of singers just sing me, you, and it's okay. It's not that impressive or anything, but I like how weird and alien this track sounds. It sounds like walking in the middle of a forest and then randomly stumbling upon this beautiful species of animal that you've never seen before. Then we have the track Spinning, which has the stuttery percussion that sounds like a stapler, swirly beds of synths. And then we have the whimsical and abstract lyrics that um, don't I have no idea what they mean, but whatever it is, the overall sound of the song is really interesting. I just choked on my. The track Ocean is an ambient track with gorgeous layers of synths, organs and strings. Sometimes they're detuned, sometimes they sound really sweet, and overall it's not bad, not very memorable either. Then Evening Mood has what is possibly my favorite production on the entire album. The mixing is amazing. Not only do we get the vocals, which are breathy and whispery, but they're being intertwined with twinkles of keyboards and bits of bass that when it's being played, it sounds also kind of like percussion. The entire track is so full of texture, it honestly sounds amazing. I also really love how gentle the vocals and the mixing are. It sounds pretty incredible. Following that, we have Talking to the Whisper, which is a 7-minute long organ slow burn with pretty vocal layers. And the second half is basically post-minimalist instrumentals, but it still sounds pretty enchanting. The album ends off with Who Brings Me, which is basically some lonesome vocals gliding upon slow, icy, almost glacial layers of keyboards, almost a bit of Alba Ichiko perhaps, but less magical and less inspiring and just okay. So honestly, I think in terms of mixing and production and style, this album is chock full of it. However, unfortunately, some moments on the album fall a little flat for me, but it still sounds really pretty, so at least I'll give it that. I'm giving the new Julia Holter album, Something in the Room, She Moves, a light 7 out of 10. So have you listened to the new Julia Holter album? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.